Ha! Hello, my friends. Good morning. Happy New Year's Eve to all of you crazy, gooey people out there. We thank you for joining us on this gooey stream that we do. That came out. This is probably not something I should say.
Oh my goodness.
I should not say that often.
You made that dirty.
Camera. I mean, you know, a gooey stream doesn't have to be a dirty.
You're still going with it.
It does sound a bit like a problem. Like you might need an injection or something, and some kind of vaccination. Oh my God, cameraman, I have a gooey stream. I must go to the hospital.
You know, it's fine because this is how we're ending 2022, and next week with our first show of 2023, it'll be clean.
Cameraman, show your face with your amazing, you know, this is the hat that was redone for your portrait, right? This is
yes, indeed. I decided to wear this hat because it was one of my favorite memories of 2022.
Yeah, looks great.
Was Gen Con.
Looks great.
Thank you. Yeah, Gen Con 2022 is by far it's definitely my favorite Gooey Cube memory. I just, like, the community out there was amazing, and it just got us re-energized, and I'm looking forward to having the same.
Well, and you know, if you remember, you know, Casey and Matt and Whitney and a bunch of folks. I mean, I probably shouldn't even just name the three of them because there's so many more who really worked so hard to make the Gooey room amazing. And we got so many incredible reviews of our, you know, game masters and the works that they did, and people loved the whole Dungeon of Du'Unix experience, and we're going to expand on that at the next Gen Con. And of course, the real thing that I'm excited about, Camramendi, is like in 2 months, we're going to be at Genghis Con.
And I am just as excited for Genghis in 2 months. And again,
well, you didn't stay last time, right? This time
I did stay.
Did you stay the whole time?
Yeah, I stayed the whole time. I actually have like interviews from people that I did in my hotel room that we're still working on getting that video done.
We need to show that. We need to show that.
I need to have time to edit it.
Oh, cameraman.
There's no time. Anyway, that's one thing that we should work on in 2023 is making more time for Gooey Cube. Amongst all the busyness.
Speaking of that, we need a little help. So we have extended our sale, friends. So if you have some Christmas cash and you want some gooey things, if you haven't gotten the map packs, for example, or if you haven't gotten one of the new adventures, or if you want to pre-order Darkenhaven and the Gloomport, right, at a special discounted price, this is an opportunity to do so. We also have discounted portraits in the celebration of this whole, you know, Wintersdance January thing that we are doing in World of Zyathé. It is called Zyathé. But anyway, we are very excited about all that is to come in the show today. And so thank you for joining us, friends. It's exciting to be here. We are going to, of course, talk about the Faemuddles. This is our next discussion of the Zyanduun of Zyathé, right? Which is the underdelve, the places in the deeping reaches, right? All of that stuff. We're going to do the book club today. We're going to get our little discussion begin our discussion of the continents of Zyathé and the planes of existence, and all of this kind of stuff is coming up next. If you are interested in where we're going to be, I believe the page number is 57 is where we are going to be on today. And then we have some giveaways that we're going to do today. Marvelous Grant, right, and Marvelous Stephanie have said they wanted to just do something nice for the community, which is unbelievable. This is the community that we have. Blows my mind. It's like we just had Randy and who else donated a portrait cameraman? Do you remember?
Jim.
And Jim. Yes, Randy and Jim donated portraits that they wanted us to be able to give to other people. And so we added a third portrait. And so we're giving away 3 portraits between the Facebook page, the Gooey Game Master's Den of Enlightenment, the Discord group, and of course here. And if you're here and you consistently attend over the next couple, 3-4 weeks, you get extra entries into that giveaway. We're also giving away a special signed limited edition Encyclopedia Magica. So there's a lot of cool things that we're going to be giving away over these next weeks, as well as today, of course. Grant, who's going to purchase 2 $60 gift cards to give away from our store, and then Stephanie, who is making this marvelous. I showed this last time, but this is one of her little crafts, and it is really magnificent. Can you see it well, cameraman?
Yeah, and I'm going to show mine as well, because what she's doing is she's going to specially make one based on what the person who wins wants. So mine, as you can see, is like a steampunk one. It has a hat on it, and it's purple, which, like, I don't know if you know this, but it's my favorite color.
It's really matches your
yes.
Yes.
And so we're doing like polymer clay dragon giveaway, which is going to be awesome. And the gift cards is going to be super fun.
Yeah, Grant's doing 2 gift cards for the community, which is just, I don't even know that, I don't know how this happens. You know, this is just amazing. And Grant also, I get to talk about it now because all of his players know, Grant also went and bought portraits for all of his players. And I'm going to check with him this next week because next week I want to show all 8 of those portraits. In fact, I might even, if he's willing to do so, have him come on the stream, Cameramandi, and tell us about each one of these characters. I'd love to have all 8 of them on, but I don't think that's practicable. Yes, but it does make sense.
Geeky Hoodie says, I heard there was going to be a special risque portrait of Alphobio to be given away, but I don't want to see that.
I don't recall that at all. Geeky, I think this is something that happened in some weird dream, right?
This is Uncle Alphobio to me. So whilst I on paper Alphobio, yeah, exactly. Uncle Alphobio and Uncle Alphobio.
I don't think it'll be that great. We'll have to do a little embellishment on the body.
That is so funny. Anyway, yeah, it's gonna be
speaking of gooey streams.
Oh my god.
Sorry. All right, Cameramandi. Well, we're going to do a little social media first, yes, because we have some wonderful things to show. And again, this happens in this gooey den, and we so appreciate the folks who do this. You know, Adam throws up stuff all the time, and Michelle does, and Marvelous Kevin, and of course Jim, and lots of folks put up all manner of wonderful, wonderful things, and we are so appreciative. Oh, so this is marvelous, yes. So this is Shiny Stones Tavern in the Zyanduun. And since we're talking about the Zyanduun, I wanted to put this up and have people see it.
Oh my God, sorry, I have to pause you. Silas Lord Twist says that Alphobio portrait should be just a hat.
Silas, I like you too. Don't push the line.
Sorry. Okay.
Anyway, so this is Shiny Stones, and Shiny Stones has lore and stuff coming around it as we begin the making of the Zyanduun. Of course, right now, if you're a contributor or you want to be a contributor, you can make a location, a small one, right, in the Zyanduun. Nothing huge, right? This is not about a city or a big town or something like that. It's an interesting cave or a strange ancient tower that was built down there or whatever, right? And people say, how come they need roofs, right? Well, first of all, it's protection, right? They don't want people breaking into their places, right? But beyond that, we are definitely, and we had a wonderful discourse around weather in the Zyanduun and about how there are winds and whether we could have sailing vessels and all of this stuff. And I really loved many of the comments, all of the comments really, that people came up with wonderful ideas and thoughts. And of course, we've already established that there is rain, so to speak, in the Zyanduun as well, as condensation builds up on the roofs and then creates mists and fogs. And in the Gloomport, when they get a downpour, it's actually called the drips. So it's kind of a fun little thing that's going on. So anyway, this is Shiny Stones, and Shiny Stones is in the Zyanduun, and it is in the midst of an Illuminine forest, for lack of a better term. And there are many adventurers who come here because there are a number of ancient ruins in the general vicinity. And so people come here to go explore these various ruins, a couple of them which are from the Eternic times and even before. Yes, so this is magnificent, right? A wonderful place in the Zyanduun where you can come together. And I hope everyone is loving this sort of concept that is flowing out of our Zyanduun, that it is in some ways like the surface, right? It is not just a bunch of caves with no light and all of this kind of stuff and lots of crazy places where there are monsters. There are definitely lots of those, but there's also civilization, right? And there are places where they're just like on the surface, the roads are patrolled, the cavernous passages are patrolled, and so it brings, I think, a much more vibrant feel, and of course the glowstones and the Illumines and the many flora and fauna, right? So here in this image, you see that this is the true beast of burden, if you will, in the Zyanduun, which are the Vondrok. And the Vondrok are these large lizard creatures that can be used to pull wagons and carts. They can be ridden as steeds, and they are often used for food. But it is interesting because the best part of the Vondrok is the tail. And so lots of Vondrok are raised where they just take off their tails and they don't actually slaughter the creatures, although they will eat the entire creature at times as well. But I thought that was quite an interesting thing about the Vondrok, and I'm excited to see how people play with these, because I know that somewhere, somehow, a few Vondrok are going to make it to the surface, right? Along, like with the Korat from the Gorund, and become beasts on the surface, which I think is fantastic. Anyway, Shiny Stones, run by Drugan Stone, a Deeping Dwarf proprietor, and quite a hospitable and wonderful place is Shiny Stones. More to come on that, my friends. Let us continue, Cameraman.
Okay. That's a deep
You like
tale.
Shiny Stones?
I didn't expect it to be so elaborate. And, there's things about eating tails and all sorts of...
Well, we're talking about oh, yes. There was this, so Paul put this up in response to, I think, he said, put out your dice, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, then we have some really crazy dice goblins in our place. Not the least of which is Scott, right? But not just Scott.
I grabbed the new picture. I did not grab a bunch of comic pictures from here. You just have to go look at this.
Yeah, you
amazing.
Have to look,
but
oh, yes.
Scott just posted this very cool dice, which is responsive, I guess, to a UV lamp.
Yeah,
I don't even know. It's
funny?
super cool. Yeah.
Isn't that fun and funny?
But yeah,
you hold it in your hand, it gives you light, right? And then of course Paul did this, and there's all kinds of dice posts. And if you are a dice lover, there's these pictures that all these folks put up are just wonderful, just fantastic.
And then on top of that, earlier this week, Belinda posted this beautiful set of dice that she got, and the colors are very reminiscent of our West Verdestia book. And
the Queen of Anvala,
yes,
Altriva. So Altriva is magnificent. In fact, as the years progress, I can't wait to explore more in Anvala, because it is a more traditional feudalistic society, and it has gone through lots of upheaval through the times. And right now, of course, in the current time, there is some tension. The Republic and Anvala got along quite well for quite a long time, but there is now some tension between Anvala and the Republic. It is not terrible tension. They are not going to war, but Sundervolden, which is one of the major dwarven-dominated cities in the Republic, there are two of them, Trundadelv and Sundervolden. Sundervolden feels kind of diminished and sort of marginalized by Trundadelv, and there are some favors or considerations, if you will, that have been given to Trundadelv that Sundervolden didn't care for very much, right? And so it cost them economically. So they're kind of frustrated, right? And they're like, well, why are we hanging out with all you in the Republic when we're sort of the second-class dwarven city, and the first-class dwarven city is Trundadelv, right? And so Altriva has been making overtures to Sundervolden, and Sundervolden is kind of thinking, well, maybe we'd be all right with the queen, So, and then of course Zyanduun, which lies right on the border of Anvala and the Republic. Zyanduun does a lot of business with Anvala and also with Sundervolden. So Altriva is like thinking, well, hey, maybe I can get two for the price of one here, right? And sort of annex this southern area and push my borders a little further north, right? And it's not going to be a war, because Sundervolden and Zyanduun would do it sort of out of their desires. Anyway, this is a marvelous political intrigue that is going on. And then Belinda puts up this marvelous image with these wonderful dice. And of course, this is one of my favorite pictures that we've ever created, which is Altriva with her consort, right, Victor, who is like a relatively close relative. Cameraman, it's incestuous. It's like Game of Thrones, but cooler.
Oh,
well,
my
maybe
goodness.
not cooler, but it's cool, right? It's very cool. Anyway, there's a lot going on in Anvala.
I actually have a question for the chat. Okay,
Yes.
so I'm just curious to see how many people play games with all the political intrigue and stuff like that. So, because oftentimes when you're adventuring, you are like doing dungeons, you're out fighting. I don't know how much. I want to know who weaves in the political stuff into their campaigns. I know you do, Alphinius. Yes.
Yes, I like I like to bring people from civilization, out from civilization, back to civilization, right? I like to establish bases of operations. I like to give, a lot of life and vibrancy to the world. And part of that, as the players progress, is, in my opinion, right, wonderful for them to get involved in politics, right? So sometimes they get involved in politics in a small town where, it's kind of like one of those old westerns where, they're totally outgunned by all manner of evildoers who have taken over the town, right? Or sometimes it's because the town doesn't trust adventurers and they want to kick them out and all of that stuff, but they're there on a mission that they're trying to take care of, right? This brings all kinds of wonderfulness to it. And it doesn't mean that everything has to be resolved by conflict with combat. Right?
Getting a lot of really good comments, by the way.
I bet. Talk some. Give me some.
Okay, so a lot of people are saying that there's a lot of political stuff in their campaigns. They like it when you don't know who your allies are. Yes. And this is where I think having really good notes for your NPCs is like super important.
And the problem is, right, where sometimes you think your benefactor is actually your enemy, right? This is the marvelous plot twist, and if you think about all these wonderful adventures that have been run, this is just fantastic to bring these different plot twists to them. Anyway, keep going, Cameraman.
Some people are saying they do if their players, I think Harry said that, he does if his players are enjoying it. If
of
not,
course.
It's more adventuring. Some people are saying that, I think it was Shell, sorry, I'm missing it. She said, I tried once, but I don't think my skills are there yet as a storyteller. So maybe we could give some suggestions about how to start, because I could definitely see that as like as a GM, like if you get kind of lost in your storytelling, and like, how do you keep a streamlined story going with all this extra stuff going around?
So I tell you this, if you want to bring a little bit of intrigue and you don't want too much, keep it simple. So a long time ago, my players were in a big city, which ultimately gave rise to Darkenhaven. And there they ran afoul of a very low-level administrator in the city named Murtok. And Murtok determined that he did not care very much for the party. And so there began to be these little mini things that began to be happening. The infractions, they got cited for infractions and all of this kind of stuff, right? And slowly but surely, they began to do things to Murtok back, which kind of made him crazy, ultimately driving him to the point where he tried to summon a demon to destroy the party and actually became possessed. And so he went from Murtok, the obsessed, to Murtok the possessed, because he was obsessed with the party, then he became the possessed with the party, and he actually ultimately became a BBEG from this little side thing that was going on that I didn't even expect. So you don't necessarily have to have them being involved with the king or the queen or the lords or whatever it happens to be in that locality. It can be a small thing, right? And if you bring mystery so they're not sure who the bad guys and the good guys are, right, and all of that stuff, this really helps to make a little bit of political intrigue fun. But again, keep it simple for yourself at the beginning. Don't try to run 9 or 10 different NPCs that are major players in the whole act and all of that kind of stuff. Kind of keep it simple.
Okay, so if anyone, because I imagine notes, and I think someone even confirmed this, notes are really important.
Notes are critical.
So I would be really curious as if someone could, when they have time, post this in the Gooey Game Masters Den of Enlightenment. I'd love to see someone's like binder with organized notes, because I will say, like, because I take not the best notes. I am still trying to get organized, but I would love to see like how someone does it to make sure that all these, because when you say like an NP, like Murtok or whatever, how do you make that name memorable against all the other NPCs that you're dealing with? So when you say, oh, Murtok is doing this,
Well, it's kind of familiarity, right? It's just like meeting someone for the first time. You might or might not remember their name if it's a quick interaction, all that kind of stuff. Then you meet someone again, and then you meet someone again, right? And Murtok just kept showing up because once he had cited the party and then they did some things back to him, that's when he began to be Murtok the upset, right? So he was he started getting mad. So that's when he started trying to pay back the party with little things, right? So now he begins to show up every once in a while, and he's showing up in the middle of their other adventure, right? So it's actually sort of a side quest thing going on. So I want you to know that right now, Cameramandy, all of our note taking, and actually 2 different folks keep notes at our table. They put them up in a Google Drive. So we have them in there, and then I can go in and adjust things where they've perhaps misremembered something or something like that, right? And also it gives me a chance to not have to remember every little detail. And this is important because, as we all know, the game is not just read from the book and run it, right? The players do all kinds of crazy things that take you down all kinds of rabbit holes and different trails that you did not expect, and oftentimes help make the story so much better if you roll with it. right? And so this is why I am one of these sort of in-between people in terms of my game mastering philosophy. I believe very much in preparation. I believe in creating localities and things like that that do have a purpose, and they have rooms, and they have creatures that are in there, and they have evil people that are trying to do bad things, and all this kind of stuff. But I also very much believe in the power of being able to, roll with extemporaneous execution, right? And so for me, it's kind of, I'm a middle of the road game master. I'm definitely not a make it all up as you go along person. I don't think that is as effective. But I also am not a run them down the railroad tracks person either. So that's I'm really off track, aren't I?
No, it's fine. I actually have some good comments that I want to.
Oh yeah, sure.
Right, first off, I would say.
Dab my nose.
First off, I want to say hi to Justin, because Justin said this is all great. I'm a brand new GM, and so Justin.
Justin and I've been chatting a little bit. You're going to do great, Justin. I have every faith.
Yes. Okay. So for people who like to write, I have a really good note from Kentori. 2-column paper. So you put like the name, and then you put important details on the side, and I really like that idea. I have some digital resources, OneNote, Obsidian.md.
Yeah, in fact, this was just talked about in the Gooey Den. I have not experienced Obsidian, and I'm going to take a peek at that. And I've also heard about OneNote, but never looked at that either. So I'm going to thank you to the people in the Den who posted this. This is the wonderful thing about the Den, Cameron Mendy, right? Is people share information, right? They share all this good stuff. So anyway, Belinda, thank you for this amazing post. You got some more comments. We can go to the next one, or we can throw some more comments.
You guys keep discussing in the chat, because I think that this is really valuable. And I want to get it so we can put like the chat up on the screen, so that way we can have it recorded.
Yes, your brother knows how to do this.
I know.
I'll
ask him. Okay, but yeah, that was really great stuff. I'm going to show my GMing thing from this week.
This is fun. Andy. This got a lot of people smiling.
Yes.
Tell us about this. Put it on you, not on me. Put it on you.
I can't put it on me.
Oh, you can't.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, not with the picture up. Okay.
So I will sit here and listen and look very thoughtful.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so last week I posted, because the kids were playing, I have 2 nieces that are 5 years old, they're twins, and they were playing D&D for the first time on Christmas with their dad being the GM, and I had put up a post asking for a bunch of feedback and about how to run games for 5-year-olds.
And people were very helpful.
Oh my God, super helpful.
It was wonderful.
Super helpful. And so basically with all the feedback that I got, we did the game on Christmas. It was wonderful. We saved Santa Claus. It was awesome.
Well, you have to tell them a little bit of your basis of this. This is what got everybody excited, cameraman. Well, listen to your tale.
Yeah, but so that was Chris's game. But I was babysitting them yesterday, because their parents had to work, and you were kind enough to give us the week off. So I was babysitting them yesterday.
Nice boss.
Yeah.
Yes,
you are a great boss. You are a great boss. I love you. Anyway, maybe I should scrub that from the record, but whatever.
Scrub that from the record.
So what I did, though, is I had like this bit of inspiration, because we were going to have them all day. And I was like, what am I going to do with these kids? And so I have all of these like Funko, like Disney board games that have been coming out. And we just got back from Disneyland from earlier this month. And so I took out all the Funko board games and made a Disneyland set where I had the main Disneyland board. And then I had It's a Small World and Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and a couple other rides. And basically, I came up on the fly this adventure that Mickey had lost his magic wand, and the girls
Mickey
needed.
lost his wand.
Yes.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yes.
Is this not brilliant, chat? This is really a great, inspired thing. Keep going, cameraman.
Anyway, because I think it was James Gallagher, I think is his name. He's the one. Or Vincent. I'm not sure. I'm sorry.
I think it's Vincent.
Vincent.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So he had said, use characters that they actually know and already interact with. And
excellent advice.
Yeah, it was amazing. And so I basically set up the whole board, and I gave them princesses to have encounters with, and they got to interact with their favorite characters. And we did dice rolls. We had combat in the Haunted Mansion. And so it was a whole TTRPG game that was light on, the rules, because, they're still learning. And that's one of the advice. That's the advice that they gave me in the chat. Anyway, it was so much fun. It was a blast, and I'm looking forward to, because I have all of these board games. Like I didn't even put out like Space Mountain or Jungle Cruise or anything like that. So we'll keep having little
Cameron Mandy
adventures.
is a bit of a Disney fanatic, but not as much of a fanatic as Jim Kenny. Yes, not even close. But keep going. Cameron.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, no, that's basically it. And so that's my tale of coming up. And I mean, genuinely, they were so engaged with it. They loved interacting with the characters and getting to see their imaginations go. And I do think the kids they like rolling dice, but I think they like interacting more. Like they like the role playing element of it. And anyway, so
well, if you think about us as children, right, we loved playing roles all the time, right? That is what we did. So anyway, let us continue.
Anyway,
marvelous, Cameron Mandy.
Yes.
Everyone loved it, and it was fantastic. And I agree with Kevin Lilly that you should post this up in a couple of other places, right?
I'll put it up in all the Disney forums.
Well, there's also a place where there's also a couple of places where they do terrain builds and that kind of stuff. Paul is involved in that, and some of the others. I mean, there's some great places where this would be a wonderful post.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Also, a wonderful post, Randy coming out as now. So he is like Malithuk, the god of the dead's bookkeeper.
So he is one of the priests and overseers of the catacombs area, and in particular, the Citadel of the Dead, right? And so Malithuk is very big on that. And even if you are very, very good people, when your loved one passes away, you are probably giving some tithings and other support to Malithuk's church, because you want to make sure that you get good directions when your loved one gets good directions when they cross the bridge of the dead. So this is the idea, right, of making our gods a little more complex in the world of Zyathé. And Malithuk, of course, is one of those complex gods. So yes, Randy, this is Lucian. And Lucian is a portrait that we just completed. Very excited. Actually, there's a little bit of adjustments. We wanted to get Malithuk's symbols on there and change the book to a little bit more Malithukian. And so we did that. So this is not the final. Randy doesn't know it, but I'm about to send him the final. I got it last night late. So I'm very excited to send that to him.
Okay.
But it is really, really good. And so Lucian will live in the Gloomport and will be a character that your marvelous players can interact with if they happen to go to the Citadel of the Dead in the area next to Gravenstown, where that place lies, also called the Catacombs District. Anyway, marvelous.
Okay, by the way, because we have a lot of stuff that we have to do today, I have opened up entries for the secret gift. So you put in #secret.
This is the one I'm not telling anyone about. Yeah.
So this is one everyone can enter into. It's #secret, and what this does is give you an entry into whatever the big secret gift is.
We're going to be giving those away at the end of January. That's what we think, right? Kind of in celebration of my getting to be 61 years old or something like that. Cameron Mandy is old.
So I'm going to go ahead and keep this one open for a few minutes, and then we'll open up the next one, and then we'll do the actual giveaways at the end of the
And for all of you who are new, this is very important. You need to go to shop.gooeycube.com/prizes. Cameron Mandy will write that in there. Go to shop.gooeycube.com/prizes. And the reason you need to do this is because this is how we make sure we can get you your stuffs. Because we had trouble in the past when we were doing giveaways, and we do a lot of giveaways. We want to do this for our community. We had trouble in the past getting people their stuffs because they had all these weird handles and names, and we couldn't get emails. And sometimes people would sign out of the chat after they'd won and didn't even respond, right? And so we had a couple of people not get their stuff, which we feel terrible about. We're actually sending some extra things to one person in particular who got kind of not well taken care of almost a year ago or more. So anyway, we're doing some things like that. But this is how we make sure that we can get you your stuff, and it helps Cameron Mandy with coordination and all of that stuff. So along with putting in your hashtag here, which Cameron Mandy's about to tell you what you're going to do.
#secret.
Oh yes, she did already. #secret. Any capitalization or anything
no,
like
just
that? SECRET. #secret, and that will enter you into the secret drawing here. It'll give you an entry in the secret drawing. Now you can get another entry next week. And so then also you'll be able to get at least one entry in the Gooey Den and one entry on the Discord. So if you're hanging around and you're looking around, you can definitely improve your chances of winning these various gifts by participating in this special sort of thing that we are doing. All right.
Awesome.
And then we're going to give away either one of Grant's gift cards or Stephanie's Marvelous Dragon here. We're going to do that in a bit, right? We're going to do that one. But right now, it's #secret, and that gives you an entry into the secret drawing that is coming. All right. Oh, yes, this was fun.
Okay, and I had to post this. Okay, this is a Lord of the Rings. Do you want to read it?
I will do it.
Okay.
Oh, do you want me to do it in the voice of
Yeah, do it in Sauron.
And Sauron, with his eye fixed on Mordor below, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? They came without ponies. They came without rides. They came without bodyguards, backups, or guides. He hadn't stopped the hobbits from coming. They came. Somehow or other, they came just the same. Ha ha! Thank you, Tanya, for your very Grinchy Sauron crossover thing that really made us smile. I was laughing at it this morning.
I loved it. And also, I'm going to tell you guys something. Adam had never watched all of the Lord of the Rings. I know, don't look at me that way. But I fixed it. In the last 3 nights, we watched all 3 of them, the original ones. And so he is finally allowed to be part of the family.
Did he love it?
He loved it. Loved it.
Yes. Peter Jackson and that team.
Yes.
What a magnificent execution.
Yes.
Magnificent. You know, the Hobbit was not quite as strong, but I'm not as down on the Hobbit as some are. I think the Hobbit was well done. It just wasn't as strong as the Lord of the Rings, which were just magnificent. Some of the best cinematic work I've ever seen in my life. Really, really just wonderful.
And I agree with Randy because we didn't watch the extended ones. I just started him on the theatricals. Yeah. But especially in Return of the King, there is so much that you miss, you know, in that story.
Yes.
I mean, the extended version is so good.
Is better. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Anyway, next up, this was cute from Belinda. I just wanted to show it. This is from artist.
I said he was making a strawberry margarita.
Yeah, seriously. It's from artist Alicia. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Alicia Kokorek. It's on the screen there, and I just thought it was jolly. I thought it was perfect. And I love the hat with the little thing in it.
Yes, of course you love the hat.
Harry did a wonderful new STL mini.
Yes, wonderful. Yes. And Fence, I can't remember how to spell it off the top of my head. But anyway, it is a magnificent creature in the world of Zyathé. We put a picture up of it, and then Harry goes off and makes this magnificent, and that's, by the way, I guess Harry has also said he wants to give away some STL files and maybe even some minis over this giveaway thing that we're doing. So there's a lot coming for those of you who just want to get stuff, right? You have a good chance of winning a lot of things here. So hopefully you will join us over the next few weeks and do that, and tell some friends who might be interested in winning some things and might also love being a part of this amazing world that we are doing, right? So let us continue.
Also, I'm going to be closing the #secret in just a minute. So
#secret.
If you have not already put in #secret.
And anyone can win this. This is not limited, right? Because a couple of our portrait people said they really want people who hadn't gotten portraits before to win them.
Yes.
The one that we're doing, anyone can win. But the 2 that are being donated, those are for people who haven't got a portrait before. Oh yes, so Todd put these up, and of course Todd and goodness Paul and goodness who else? I can't remember. We got like 4.
We need to get in this game of posting. We need to start building more because you have so much of this good stuff too.
Well, I need to.
With what time? With what time?
Yes, with what time? With what time, cameraman?
But yeah, this is beautiful.
10,000 lives of, sorry, what did you say? 2,000 lives of men I lived, and yet I have no time. Was it 2,000?
I thought it was 300 lives of men.
300 lives of men.
We were doing the math.
How many lives of men did he live? Chat. Someone tell us. We must know for sure.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch The Lord of the Rings again.
I know. I could be wrong. I thought it was
lives of men I've lived, and yet I have no time.
I could be totally wrong on that one. Okay. Next up is Belinda posted prize packages.
Yeah, and of course the incredible Queen of Nightmares.
Yes.
Right? This is underneath the blood apple, right, which is the wild heart of the fairy court, and really, Belinda, you got a lot of playtime in this social media, Belinda. I guess Cameron Mendy must really like you.
She posted a lot of really good stuff.
She did put a lot of great stuff up. Yes, it was magnificent. Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we can't forget this
Tish,
one.
Yeah, Tish.
Yeah, so Tish is in Geeky Hoodie.
Also happy birthday to them both, because I think both their weekends birthdays were this weekend.
Pam's birthday's today.
Oh, happy birthday, Pam.
I mean, there's all kind of birthdays going on right now. In fact, I thought in the past of giving people shout outs on their birthdays, but I kind of got scared that we start missing people. So if we don't give you a shout out on your birthday, it's not because we don't want to. It's because we're thinking that if we do that as a common thing, it might be we might offend folks by forgetting their birthdays, you're right, because it all comes up in Facebook. That's the way we figure it out. Anyway, Tish is a Grund, right? One of our first ever, and she is basically, ostensibly, the sort of the head of security and the bodyguard of Father Jiki, right? As I understand it. This tale is still being told in the Blue Pearl Sanctuary, which is in the Gloomport, which was created by Geeky and Tish, and is a magnificent place that is, lore is growing, right? And we're excited as we get to doing the Gloomport here. We're working on Darkenhaven now, but as we get to doing the Gloomport here, we're excited to talk about all of this stuff. But anyway, this is just a fantastic portrait, and I guess she is not total Fulgurund. I believe she is a Ora Aguru, which is mixed orc and Gorund blood, right? This is how it works. So that is why she has the little underbite thing going on there. But really, what a great portrait. Just Tish, magnificent. Geeky, magnificent. Let us continue, cameraman.
Okay.
Oh, yes. So Andrew put this up. And this is an interesting thing. If you haven't seen it, you should look at it in the den. And basically, this is a collaborative writing project that's going to take place over the next year. That if I didn't have so much damn writing to do, I would probably get into this. I like writing, and so anyway, this is something that's fun. You should check it out. It is worth a little peek. 1 room a day, Dungeon 23 challenge, and it's an interesting thing that they are doing. So we will see how it transpires and how it works with folks. Some folks are making empty rooms, which of course is not unusual, right? There sometimes isn't something in a room. So that's just the way it works. All right, cameraman D.
Hashtag portrait.
Oh.
Now.
Okay. You want to do it? Okay.
No, so now we're doing entries for the portraits.
I think we should do one of Grant's gift cards.
Oh, it's already started.
Oh, you've already started?
It's too late.
All right.
Hashtag portrait.
Hashtag portraits. You can put that in. And I might do a second one of those towards the end of the stream, cameraman. So we give them a second opportunity to enter. Remember, they get multiple entries every time they enter. So I might do that again. But right now, hashtag portrait. This is your chance to enter. If you've gotten a portrait before, still enter, because how are we doing that?
We'll just figure it out. So, because this is all going to have to be manual anyways.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
So even if you have a portrait, do not worry, because we are giving away one that does not restricted to those who have not gotten a portrait before. But Jim and Randy have kindly donated portraits that they were going to get for themselves, and determined that they wanted to give one away to the community, to someone in particular who might not be able to afford it. And so if you've not gotten a portrait before, we have 2 of those to give away. And then if you have gotten one, it's okay, because you have a chance to win one of the one that we're giving away, which is magnificent. So hashtag portrait. And every time you do this on the stream, when we do this thing, you get an extra entry into that magnificent contest. So it is a wonderful thing. All right, cameraman D.
All right, next up.
Yes. I knew you'd put this up, cameraman D.
Yes, I did.
Michelle, you and your hatted frogs.
I know, they are so adorable. But I wanted to also put out there that I am taking recruits for the Gloomport Hatters.
Yeah, this is getting weird.
It's not weird, I promise. And so, if you are interested in being in the Hatters gang.
Apparently, Mayor Amandi is the secret overseer of this Hatters gang that is in the Gloomport.
Yes.
She is actually a socialite, as I understand it, Cameramandy. But Mayor Amandi also has a sinister side as the head of the Hatters gang.
We just want to, we are all about, people don't know this about the Hatters, but what we are about is taking care of the workers of the Gloomport, making sure their heads are protected.
You are rabble rouser.
We are about unionizing, I guess. But it's all about making...
There are already unions, but I think you need to go against the oath of blood. I think Terene Desante would not appreciate the Hatters if they came against her. We will talk some more about that tale.
Worker safety is the most important thing, taking care of these people who build up the Gloomport.
Yes.
And so if you are interested in that, send me an email at cameramandy@gooeycube.com. Right now I'm just taking names, and that includes names of the character that you want associated with the Hatters. You don't, that's fine. Tellurian is not a Hatter, and that's totally fine.
And you should not be. If you do not want to be a Hatter, you should not be involved in that crap. I think it's crazy.
That is totally fine.
This whole thing about
just know that we are righteous, and we are about protecting those who build up the Gloomport.
All right, well, listen, let's talk about the toads. Never mind. Let's not talk. Anyway, these are toads with all manner of hats.
I mean, there's
Very-
nothing much to
Michelle,
say. They're
magnificent,
beautiful,
cute,
adorable.
and I didn't want them on here.
Okay. Well, lastly,
oh yes.
lastly,
This
I
is
have
the last one. Yes.
Yes, I have a little clip to play. So, Rob, I feel so terrible about this. Was like messaging me, like right before the show, like the night before the show last week, with this glorious video that he.
It's really good.
Yes. However, I was not logged into my Messenger app, so I did not get any of his messages, and I feel terrible about it.
It's okay. We're going to show it this time and have everyone have fun with it this time. It's wonderful.
Yes. So I'm going to show a little clip from this. It is a marvelous little movie. I know some of you guys have watched it. You got to go watch the whole thing on the Gooey Den. So
to me, it is a little disturbing, but it's still funny.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
You know, darling, if you wanted to tie me up, there are far more fun ways of doing it. What have you brought me here for? Do you not know who I am? I am Alphinius Goo, and I know who you are, Goo. And all I require of you is a song, nothing more. Just one song?
Kind of a chest.
Why didn't you talk to my agent? We could have arranged this and...
The glorious.
All right.
Glorious.
Put the wand
listening
down.
chair.
Put the wand down. I've done command performances before, darling. So, where is my fabulous backup? Where are the minstrels? Oh, no, put it down. I can do this a cappella. I can do this a cappella. Just put the wand down and I will do my part.
Okay, I'm just going to put this out there. This is interesting. Sorry, I know you guys could hear us chatting during it. It's just so good. But Alphinius now, because you've had one person cosplay Alphinius.
Yes.
But you've had two people
cosplay
Alphinius.
Yes.
So
Did that include me?
no,
It
was-
really, technically, it's 3.
Alphinius,
Yes, that guy.
Uncle Alphinius.
Look at that chest. Look at those. Look at that 6-pack. Ooh, damn.
Anyway, I love both Brad and Rob's interpretation of Alphinius.
So good.
It is so good. It is so good. So anyway, please go watch the full video. It's up on YouTube. The link is in our Gooey Game Master Son of Enlightenment, and yeah, it's a good time.
All right, so shall we do gift card? Should we do hashtag?
Okay,
gift
hold on.
card?
I have to get it set up. So
Okay,
you
we're
talk
gonna-
while
we're
I
gonna
get
set
that.
up hashtag gift card and give away the first of Grant's 2 $60 gift cards that he wanted to give away on this show. So Grant, I hope you're here. You know, I know sometimes
Grant
you
is
can't-
in the chat.
All right, Grant, you are marvelous. I hope Stephanie's here as well. So that's very exciting. And Grant, thank you. Truly, you have been such.
I did see Steph join us. Stephanie's joined us in the chat. So,
Yeah, so Grant and I have gotten together for coffee. He lives in Denver, and he's just a magnificent person and wonderful friend to Gooey Cube. And
okay, hold on. I gotta stop you. Okay, the gift card thing just opened, and so if you were putting it in,
sorry. Yes, it's open now. So if you put it in before, cameraman, he said it's just opened. You got to do it again.
yes,
So it's hashtag,
hashtag gift card.
All
Yes,
one word.
all one word.
Hashtag gift card, all one word. GIFTCARD, no space. Ha ha.
Yes.
All right. Grant, thank you. Truly is magnificent. And
This
Grant,
is for one of our $60 gift cards.
we met Grant the first time at the first Genghis Khan.
I did not know that.
Mhm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. And Grant is wonderful. He's just a wonderful game master. He's running the Red Star Rising campaign for his players. He says they're having a great time, and then he goes off and for Christmas he gets them all a portrait. And I showed some of them, but I think next week, Camera Mendy will put them all together and show them to everyone, all these
Aw.
portraits together, because they really are wonderful. Maya's and Megan's and all of them.
Does
Just
his
really-
players know that he's done this?
He gave them to
Okay,
them
for
already.
Christmas?
He
Okay.
said there was tears, right, Grant? There
Aw.
was people having tears, which
I
was
love that.
wonderful. Really
I love
magnificent.
that. Okay.
You know, and Maya's is magnificent, right? And frankly, you know, they are really, really good. They came together incredibly well, and so I'm very excited to show those next week. I think we can do that, Camera Mendy. All
Okay.
right, so hashtag gift card.
card.
That's the first one.
Yep.
All right, what's next, Camera
Also,
Mendy?
it is like 10:45. So
Okay, we got a boogie.
yeah, we got a boogie.
All right,
so we're gonna start with
So I can do a quick on the I can do a quick one on the
Did you do this? Did you do this image here with the Faemuddles?
I did.
I'll finish. Your Photoshop's getting. I mean, it's a little rough around the edges, but not bad.
They were just isolated. They're pretty easy to put in there.
Yeah.
So there they are, right in front of Shiny Stones, little adventuring band with the little Faemuddle in the back looking at them.
You just need some like shadows on them, and there's just a little white around their feet. But I think you should keep this. This is adorable.
Well, it's a cute little shot. Yes,
Yeah.
It's magnificent. So anyway, but we could have somebody, who has more game than I have, Noah or Hannah or Stephen, really clean this up a little bit.
I love it.
But the Faemuddles sort of were this inspiration of, we wanted some people. We want more races, we want more peoples of the world of Zyathé that are interesting. And we don't want to just do our takes on just the traditional races, which we have done, but we want to bring a lot of new flavor and fragrance to this marvelous world. And the Faemuddles were an idea that we came up with a while back, and Marvelous Igor worked with us on really crafting these magnificent little creatures. So they are typically, about 2.5, 2.25 foot tall, to maybe stretching to 3.5 foot tall, where the big ones, right? Because just like humans, right? They have a nice range of sizes. Highly dexterous folk. Very capable of living in the Underdelve, because of course they can use passages and things like that larger folk can't use. And so they are a most intriguing group, very, very magical. And of course they have their little antennas which give them light in the depths. And so this is a wonderful, wonderful group. So let's take a little look at these real quick, and I'll do it a little faster than I intended, but that is okay, Cameramandy. So
I'm making some mistakes. There we go.
There we go. So I just wanted to give a flavor for them. So they range in skin tone from very darker brown blacks even to very light-skinned white. And so they have this marvelous, beautiful rainbow range of skin tones. And this one here is a priestess. And really, when I got it, I was just like, wow, what a magnificent little creature she is, and people have seen these, and of course lots of folks are like, I want to play one, and we're just going to have to wait until this year when the Encyclopedia of the Races come out, because you'll also learn about a couple of other very intriguing peoples that we are bringing to the table, including the true fire race, which was almost a huge proportion of them were wiped out in the Woe of Ruin. Because they lived on the eastern side of Sundestia, which was devastated in the Woe, and of course the creation of the Du'un Sara Sea happened in that time as well. So anyway, there's more coming, but is this not magnificent, my friends? It's wonderful. Let's go to the next one, Cameraman.
All right, and I'm going to close the giveaway in just a second, so and draw a winner. So
yes. So
make
here's a wonderful mage. And you can kind of get an idea of size, because that is basically a fairly normal cat right there. That is the familiar of this wizardly type here, and of course the fireflies in the little bottle. It's just I just love the feeling of them, and I can't wait to role play some of them. I've got great hope that Harry will make a few of these in the future, and I can get them painted up and have them as part of our world. I just love it. All right, Cameraman, what's next?
Oh, the miniatures will be adorable.
Yes. So this guy, well, I think Harry did one already. I can't remember, but I believe he did. He's done so many wonderful miniatures. It's just amazing. But this guy here, you can, if you look carefully, those who have an eye can see in the back. They can see Verdigris Tower in the background. And this is a little guy in the Gloomport, actually, and I really, probably one of my more favored of all of their imagery. So anyway, continue, Cameraman.
I have drawn the gift card.
Oh, we've drawn it.
I did. I went ahead and did it because we
let's
got
announce it.
Harry won.
Harry
Nerf herder.
Gift card. He's probably going to redonate it.
I know.
Anyway,
congratulations, Harry.
Let's do the drawing for gift card number two.
Okay, gift card number 2 goes to Mordain 5.
All right, Mordain, congratulations. Right, I don't know these damn handles, Cameraman. Anyway, this is a ranger, right?
I know Mordain has won in the past because I have definitely sent them stuff.
All right. So this is a ranger. It pays to watch Goo Morning Zyathé. I really
believe
it, but also you get stuff. So
Harry does says feel free to gift it to someone else. So
Harry, you're
the best.
I know.
Yeah.
I would do the same, my friend. I am that same. Well, let's draw again then, Cameraman.
The Law 86.
Who is it?
The Law 86.
The Law 86.
I do not recognize that handle, so that means...
that might be first time winner. I hope
Yeah.
that's true, Law. If you are a first time winner, let us know. And also make sure you've gone to the shop.gooeycube.com/prizes and filled out that form in there. It's a quick little form. It'll take you just a moment. Make sure you've done that. Anyway, is this not marvelous? So you start thinking about the Faemuddles and how they can, be not just in the depths, right, but on the surface. And I really love this little guy, right? Fantastic.
Okay, next up. Sorry, I'm going to open up the next giveaway. The next one's going to be for polymer clay dragon.
Hashtag dragon?
Not yet, though. I have to let me make it.
She's setting it up while I talk about this little Faemuddle rogue, right? So here's a rogue, right? This is another one that I really liked, and I am very excited to again see one of these role played and run as a character. I just think they're ideal for sneaky folk, right? So we're gonna do some things to give them. In the Encyclopedia of the Races, when we do this marvelous book, we have lots of ideas about how to enhance the character without necessarily just always it being about changing stats. And so, as I've mentioned before, there are things like the dwarves having iron blood, and what does iron blood mean? And that's something you can select as a character enhancement as part of your character building, which will hopefully enable people who are building these. And we're going to do that for all of them. We're going to do them for the traditional races, the elves, all this stuff, and as well as for our new races. And what does that mean to have these sort of character enhancements for the sort of more customization of your character rather than just being a rogue like all other rogues. So we're very excited about the Encyclopedia of the Races, and hopefully that is something that you all will support us in next year towards the end of the year, and we will push that one out. And that's something for players and for game masters. So if you can encourage your players to support us as part of that, that would be magnificent. All right, cameraman, what's next?
Really quickly, we're just going to show off our dragons again.
Yes, because this is the next one. So really beautiful work. It is really magnificent, and they are adorable.
I'm going to show mine now.
Yes.
So it's #dragon.
#dragon.
For a custom, beautiful polymer clay dragon.
From
And look,
Stephanie.
and mine has a little D20 in it, and it's so cute.
Adorable. Stephanie, you are magnificent. Thank you. And
Absolutely.
congratulations. She's been having some good things happening with what she's been doing with schooling and stuff.
Oh,
like that.
good job. I'm so happy for you, Stephanie.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Next up, we're going to keep going with the Faemuddle contest while we get all those entries. Sorry.
The dragon.
I got dragon.
You got Faemuddles.
I got confused. Okay, sorry. Wait.
Yeah. So
this one's really wide. I'm on the wrong screen. That's why. Just kidding.
She's on the wrong screen.
Yeah. Let me just. There. Hold on.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's all wrong. There we go.
Very
beautiful.
Good. She looks wonderful. So this is a Faemuddle warrior, and we definitely wanted them to be warriors. And in my mind, I see these little ones fighting like Yoda. Very jumpy, very quick, running around, right? Hamstringing you, right? Using their quickness rather than sort of brute force. And so I think that that will be a lot of fun to play that. That's probably why we'll give them some enhancements that deal more with quickness and dexterity and movement and sort of dodging and all of that kind of stuff.
I have this art actually back here. It's one of my favorite arts that we've ever done. I think this might be one, I don't know. There's a lot of really good arts, but if I get to play, I want to play this character. If I get to play a Faemuddle.
Yes. And then I put the rogue in this one. I didn't do a great job with it, but I wanted people to kind of see, how they live in the Underdelve and in the Zyanduun. I love this image. We had a wonderful chat about this. Was the one that we used for chats about whether there could be, winds and that kind of thing in the Underdelve. And here's a wonderful town there. And anyway, it's really. I hope people are loving what we're doing and excited to contribute to this magnificent tome that I have waited for a long time, my friends. Long time. All right, let us continue.
So I'm just going to say, Twitch holds back some of the weirdest comments sometimes. So they tried censoring Wolfgen for this comment. They must be like cats. People pick them up and kiss them on their little foreheads. They're all mad because they think they are all fierce. And I don't know why.
I don't think that's very dirty at all, Jen. I'm sure you're capable of much dirtier.
Sorry. Anyway, but Yeah, I mean, I think that genuinely, like, people would be like, "Oh my gosh, you're so cute," but then they are genuinely fierce, and then they like stab them. You know,
So this is one that bugs Harry because he thinks the Faemuddle
Faemuddle's
is too
too
tall.
yeah.
But I think that the elf is just short. I think the elf is running about, sorry, the elf is tall.
4'7".
I think, sorry, not the elf is tall, right? The elf is in the Faemuddle. I think the Faemuddle is running right around 3.5 foot, something like that. This is just a big Faemuddle. It's okay. They get a little bit of extra. But I just, I love the image that Benjo did with us here in Thedrama
And this is a new Faemuddle.
Thedrama. Yes, this is a new one. Yes, absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah. And then, of course, they can be adventurers, and they are adventurers. And here is a magnificent wizardly character with a very interesting familiar sitting around the table, on a very high stool, as you can see, as they ponder the world of Zyathé. Yes, is a magnificent little group right there, and I love this.
I am going to write for Gooey Cube an entire Faemuddle adventure.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes, and it's happening.
The kids are going to love it.
It's just gonna, yeah, it'll be geared towards, younger audiences. So, I mean, not anytime soon, just to be clear. This is like well in the future.
So this is the last one. This is a swashbuckler.
Yes.
And standing outside of Strong Arm McGillen's in the gloom port.
It looks like he has like a lightsaber.
Yes, it's a glowing sword.
Ah.
It actually is magical.
Okay.
And so here is the little Faemuddle, and this is actually potentially one of my favorites of the Faemuddles. I just love the opulent dress and the little tattoos and the long handlebar mustache and the long beard. There's just a lot of imagination put into this by Igor when he made these for us. So
Absolutely.
anyway, I hope you're enjoying the Faemuddles, my friend, and we will talk more.
I know we
week.
want stats. We want.
Well, you're gonna have to wait. You can't make a world all at once, especially if you're doing it as part of the community, right?
I know.
This is all part of us being this dream of having it to be a collaborative world, and we're going to continue on this path, even though it is much harder, cameraman. The truth be told.
With that said, I do believe that the Faemuddle folios are actually up on the website already.
Oh yes.
So if you would like a Faemuddle folio, they are available.
And the sale is on right now, and you can get free stuff if you buy enough stuff. If you don't mind and you want to throw us some cash, we'd appreciate it, and we love it when people get deals and values when they are buying our stuff. Yes. All right, cameraman, what time is it?
Okay, we're gonna not do the book club today because it is 10:57.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this. This is what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm gonna speak of the geography of the weirded world. Ms. Goo got me these for Christmas. Are they handsome?
Oh, they're much better.
Yes, they're not so squeezy on my face. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but they are definitely readers. They are potent, right? So this is on page 57, and camera Mandy, you can also put up if you like, right? You can put up the goodness, it's very bright. I can't. There we go. Get a little bit there. So this is on page 57 of the Encyclopedia Zyathé Volume 1, which is called The Weirded World, and it speaks of the geography of the planet. Avo-Va created many planes of existence in the earliest days of creation. A deific plane for each of the gods, with each mirroring their ruler's essential nature, as well as numerous subsidiary demific planes for their most powerful servants and followers. He brought forth the 4 eliphic planes, as from the elements all things were formed, and the ethereal, existential, and astral planes, which would allow passage around, between, and within the others. Each of these planes were made to serve a specific purpose, but at the center of them all is the unific plane, in which the expressions of all others may be found. The crown jewel of the unific is the life world of Zyathé, which the poets of Rhythema have said is like unto a reflection of the Maker's soul, as it most perfectly expresses the totality of Avo-Va's being in one whole. As such, Zyathé is a place of incredible diversity, with a profusion of unique yet interconnected climates, regions, and ecosystems. Life can be found everywhere, soaring high above the mountains, swimming in the lightless reaches of the ocean, basking in the desert heat, huddling against polar chill, swinging across jungle canopies, or burrowing through the strange depths beneath the surface. From a godly vintage in the void space above the sky, Zyathé is revealed as a gleaming globe of azure, as vast seas and oceans cover a substantial portion of its surface, separating the dry ground into several distinct land masses that are scattered across its face. Each continent displays a distinct character while still maintaining a wide degree of internal variation. Seasonal changes sweep across the world in their appointed times, as do greater shifts and patterns over generations and even millennia. All this was as Avova intended, but this order was shaken to its foundations some 1,200 years ago, threatening the way of all things that had been ordained since the beginning. Is that not some marvelous prose, Cameramandy?
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was AJ.
You know,
AJ wrote that.
Well, yeah, one thing I really like about
It's
the way the books are written is that I love the essays.
We wanted to not just bring just historical stuff that is less oomphy, right?
Yes.
But bring these additional tales. Continue. I'm sorry. I should.
Oh, no. That's all I was going to say is that I love reading the essays. I think they're way more interesting than just... And then it also gives room for interpretation from other people.
Well, and Magica, of course, has wonderful essays from all, like 19 or 20 of our wonderful contributors, which is fantastic, right? And their portraits in there as well. Magnificent.
So we will continue the discussion of the geography next week.
Yes, if you want to continue reading from about page 57 on, a few pages in, maybe 5 or 6 pages, 7 pages in, we'll have a little discussion around that, maybe 10 pages if you're following along in the book club.
Yeah.
So we gave away the 3 things.
Yes, but before we do anything, I have to read this comment from Pam.
Pamela, glad you could join us on your birthday, my dear.
This is about the Faemuddles. They have vicious begging instead of vicious mockery. They make the big, sad eyes, and all their foes suffer psychic damage that makes them want to worship and serve them.
It's Puss in Boots. I love that, Pam.
Yes. Okay, I'm drawing the entrant for the dragon. And it is the Augmets 63.
Oh, very good. Yes, very, very nice.
So make sure, because I might have seen this name before in a winner, but maybe not. I don't know. Make sure you fill out shop.gooeycube.com/prizes.
Augments is absolutely, I think he's won before. It's Greg.
Oh, okay, awesome.
And Greg, but I'm not sure, Greg. Have you won before? I don't remember. But anyway, it's great to see you this morning, my friend.
And we're going to get you hooked up with Stephanie so that way she can make your custom dragon with the colors that you would like. So.
All right, my friends, this is magnificent. I hope you had a great time today. It was a wonderful time with you. We, as I said before, we love these Saturday mornings with you all, and thank you for coming and being with us and making this a priority. And by the way, if you have a few friends and we can get it done today, we are 2014 members in the Gooey Den last time I looked. Isn't that something, Cameramandy?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So if we could get 9 more people to actually join, not just invite them, because inviting them doesn't necessarily make them join. Kevin Lilly invited a bunch of them, so did Randy.
I've been accepting a bunch of people.
Sean, I think, brought a bunch of folks. I mean, but the thing is, they have to actually accept, right? So if you have a few people that you know who really would like this and be a part of that, it'd be wonderful to get to 2023 before the beginning of 2023, just for the fun of it, right, cameraman? It's just the game, right? There's no other reason. So anyway, my friends, much love to you and yours. A most happy new year, a magnificent future we hope for all of you, right? And I'm
gonna put you on the spot. I want to know, because I said Gen Con was my favorite. What was your favorite 2022 Gooey Cube memory?
Both Genghis Khan and
Gen Con. Well, Genghis Khan too, of course.
Because Genghis Khan, we did the Gooey Game Show, right, live from
anything that we do with the Gooey Game Show is always so much fun and just reinvigorating. It's just a blast.
we love Donnie and Andrea, and in fact, I'm working feverishly. Right now, we're working on Darkenhaven, but I'm also working on this little adventure we're going to have for Genghis Khan. At least we hope to have for Genghis Khan, called Blood for the Khan. So it involves the Arnolds, which is a family in Darkenhaven. There's some lore around this, right? This is the thing that's so cool, right? Is we're not just making up characters out of our mind, right? We have all these wonderful characters who are our friends and fans. I mean, this is what is, it's just crazy, right? So, when you look at Genzicon, which is magnificent. If you haven't gotten Genzicon and you can get it on sale right now on the website, go get Genzicon. Run that adventure. If you've never run a mystery adventure, we tell you how to do it. We give you ideas. We give you all kinds of stuff in there. It's not just, here, take this and make your best guess. And Genzicon has tons of our friends in there who are Gen Con people, right? Peter and Megan, right? And Derek, etc., etc. And it is just wonderful to have the main characters in our world are people who are our friends. And so this is what Guys and Gags, which we're working on with Luke, We're going to do a Kickstarter for that here in about a month or so and try to have that done. In fact, I think we will have it done by GaryCon. We will have it done by GaryCon come hell or high water. But that's going to be another push-up, right, with other things we're doing. But we got a nice little team really pushing on Darkenhaven right now. And now that the holidays are over, we're going to really go hard on that and try to get Darkenhaven. It's just a monstrous project, y'all, with naming and numbering all of the different locations and all of the events and encounters and all of that stuff. And the lore is magnificent. You're going to love it. Love it.
And I just want to insert really quickly because Casey, I saw a comment come up. Genghis Khan event registration opens tomorrow.
Oh yes, that's right.
So
yes, that's right.
Yes.
And Casey, thank you, and Matt, and
Casey says blood for the con must be done for Genghis because it's on the schedule.
I will do it, sir. It will be done. I promise.
Oh my goodness. A little stress.
Casey keeps me honest,
Yeah.
And really, there's a lot of people who have really done wonderful things in the Gloomport. The dump section that Kevin worked on. The whole area that Carrie and and her little squad is working on down there, which is the last map that we will do. Josh and Kaya and their little team that worked on the stockade area and all of that stuff, and of course the magnificent catacombs area, which is with Randy and the group that worked on that. But Pam and Casey and of course Jens, who has been the lead writer on that whole thing, have put in so much time and effort and really helped the Gloomport to be something special. And of course we had a wonderful bunch of teams that did Darkenhaven. In particular, the Gods Ward is amazing, and that little group, many of them from Europe. Really, the God's Word is spectacular. And I've got more artworks coming and all kinds of stuff that Darkenhaven is that box. And I think the box is actually going to be an inch larger than our normal box sets. So it's going to be packed. All kinds of stuff. Anyway, friends, Happy New Year. Yes. Don't drink and drive or any of that. Yes, confetti.
Yeah, do not drink or drive. Drink or drive. Drink or
yes,
I don't
have
know.
a designated
driver. Yes,
have a friend,
enjoy yourself
I
safely.
Don't want to hear any terrible stories, right? So let us be safe, right, my friends? We love you all, and we don't want any of our friends to be in any way harmed. And just be safe out there tonight.
Absolutely.
Have a wonderful, joyful, wonderful, prosperous, magnificent New Year. In fact, have a sticky New Year. Is that good, Kimbermandy?
We're going down the path.
Goodbye from 2022's Gooey Streams. Yes, we will see you in 2023. Ha ha!
May all your adventures
be sticky.